a discussion question to start class today. So here's the question. Question A, it's our warm-up question. What's the last thing you Googled? What's the last thing you Googled? Is Google your favorite search engine, or do you use something else? So Tanu, since you have attended the most classes, I'll ask you the first question. So I'm going to unmute your microphone, Tanu. Tanu, what's the last thing you Googled?
Sorry, John, I can't understand it.
No worries. Let's first, how about Louisen? Louisen, what's the last thing you Googled? Yeah, Louisen.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, let me unmute you. All right, Louisen.
It means what we researched it last in Google. It is that? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So first Louisen, and then I will ask Haddadi. Louisen, what's the last thing you Googled?
Okay, Jonathan. Well, so the last thing I Googled was about one of my favorite singer, and well, I think I passed Googling things every day because I'm very curious.
Cool, cool. So the last thing Louisen Googled was his favorite singer, and he Googles things every day because he is curious. Good job, Louisen.
Yeah.
That's
you.
fantastic. Okay, how about Gerardo? Gerardo, is Google your favorite search engine, or do you use something else, Gerardo?
Yes, it is. Normally I use the Google.
Mm-hmm.
I like too much.
Great. Haddadi, is Google your favorite search engine, or do you use something else?
Yes, Google is my favorite search
Engine?
engine. Yeah.
Wow, good.
What mean engine?
Search
Motor.
engine. This is that's what Google is. It's a search engine where you search. That's yeah, that's what we call it, a search engine.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, Hasiel.
Thank you.
Hasiel, is Google your favorite search engine, or do you use something else?
Yes, it's my favorite search engine.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to use other search engines like Yahoo.
Oh, yeah, excellent. So Hasiel said that Google is his favorite search engine, but he used to use others.
Yeah.
Exactly. Sentence 1, Google is a verb. In sentence number 2, Google is a noun.
No.
It's the same word, but in one sentence it is a verb, and in one sentence it is a noun. Okay, that's very important to understand. So look at this. Let's go to google.com. Let's try to understand this. This, of course, as you know, is Google, right? This is Google. And who can tell me, what do we do on Google? What do we do on Google? Who can tell me what does somebody do on Google?
We research.
We search.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Who can help Haddadi finish her sentence? We search. Good. We, subject, search. Verb. Now, who can add an object to complete the sentence? Asiel?
Yes, we can search many things, many topics.
Yeah.
Like we can search like articles or many information, any
Yeah.
information.
We can search for things. So on Google, we search for things. And this page, is this page Google? Is this a noun or is this a verb? Noun, yeah. This website is a noun. It is a thing. That's very important to understand. So first, we had Google, the noun, the website. On Google, we search for things. That is the noun Google. Eventually, it becomes a verb. We don't say, go on Google and search for things. We say, Google it, right? We just say, Google it, right? Here, if I say Google it, this is a verb. What do I mean by Google it? I mean, go on the website, Google, which is a search engine, and search for the information you need. So instead of saying all those words, I just replace that with one word, Google. Google it. So that is how a verb is created, right? Do you know email? You know email, right? Yeah, of course you know email. So your email, if you want to look at this, right? This is your email. Your email is a place where people send you electronic messages, right? This is your email. This is a noun. Your email is where you receive electronic messages. Eventually, email became a verb. Who can tell me a sentence with email as a verb? Who can say a sentence for me? Sure, Tanu. Try, Tanu Khan. Tanu, do you want to say a sentence? Use email as a verb for me, please.
Mailing?
How about, just listen for this one. How about I'll go to Louisen. Louisen, can you use this word, email? Can you use email as a verb for me? In a sentence.
As a verb.
Any sentence.
Okay.
As a verb.
Email.
Mail.
I think I didn't use like a noun, this word, Jonathan.
Can somebody
email.
let's do it together. Use email in a sentence as a verb. And then I'll explain.
Can you email me your phone number?
Yeah, good.
Oh, we can say that.
Of course, right? That is exactly very good. Thank you. Can you email me your phone number? Right? So here it is a verb, and here it is a noun, right? So how about this sentence? I need your email. I need your email. Is this, in this sentence, is email a noun or a verb?
Noun.
Exactly. How do you know that it is a noun, Haddadi? How do you know?
In email.
Yeah, how do you know that? You're correct. How do you know that this is a noun?
Yes.
Who else, can somebody else answer? Maybe anybody who wants to speak. Well,
Could you repeat the question?
in this sentence, email is a noun. How do you know that it is a noun in this sentence?
It is
Why
a
is it a noun?
What we
Because
will,
in the
we will
second,
say.
Yes, continue, please, Louisen or Hasiel, whoever was speaking.
okay, I think because in the second in the second statement,
Mm-hmm.
Email is not an action.
Yeah, it's not an action. Exactly. It is not an action. What is it?
It's a noun because
It's a thing. It's a thing, right? It's a
correct,
thing, right? So it's so important. Yes. Okay. Right. This is the most important thing to understand about English. I did a lesson on this, I think 2 weeks ago. It's so important. This is how you make a sentence in English. This is how you communicate. You need a subject, then you need a verb, and then you need an object. An object is usually a noun phrase. So if you understand the basic form of English, you understand the language. So for example, email can be a noun or a verb. It depends on the context of the sentence. So the word itself is arbitrary. This is your magic word for the day. Arbitrary. Arbitrary. The word has no meaning. It's the context that gives meaning. It's the words around the other word that give it its meaning. So, for example, I will email you. Is email a verb or a noun in this sentence?
Verb.
Exactly. Please give me your email. Is it a noun or a verb in this sentence?
It's a noun.
Exactly. I know it's a noun. One way I know is because in English, the end of the sentence is the object. An object is a noun or a noun phrase, right? That is a clue. So if I understand the form, I can understand what this word means. Is this word spelled any different in these two sentences? Is the word different? Is the spelling different?
No.
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 No, what is different? The word has the same spelling but different meaning. Why is the meaning different?
The meaning is in the first sentence is a verb, and the second is a noun.
It is. It's different because of the context. It's not different because the word is different. It's different because you use it in a different way. That is called context. The words around the word, right? So in English, subject, verb, object, and it's usually phrases, right? It's usually phrases. So that's just very, very important. You have to understand that, or else you're trying just to memorize the language. Okay, so here is the worksheet for today. So I have six pairs of sentences here. And which sentence uses the word as a noun and which sentence uses it as a verb? Let's look up the word noun. Let's look up the definition of noun before we do this, okay? So noun, a word used to identify a class of people, places, or things. A noun, people, place, thing. There are also other kinds of nouns. A noun can be an idea. So a noun, person, place, thing, idea. For example, happiness. The idea of happiness is a noun. It can also be a process. For example, construction, right? Construction is a noun. It is a process. So, or it can also be a state, right? For example, depression. Oh, I'm so depressed. I'm so sad. That is a noun as well. So a noun, a person, place, a thing, idea, process, or a state. And okay, so there's two sentences here for number one. Let's go to Haddadi, because you're new in class. I'll ask you first. Which sentence? First, I will say the sentences. I will read you the sentences, and then you tell me which sentence uses the word as a noun. Okay, so number one, the teacher went to the address the student gave him. The teacher addressed the group of parents. Which sentence is address used as a noun?
It is the first. The first sentence is using the noun, and the second is the verb.
Correct.
Address.
And
Yes.
how do
Address.
you're correct. That is correct. Great job, Haddadi. Can you explain why? Can you explain why this is? This
why
is the hard
in the
part.
first
Yeah.
there are a subject and then the verb in the second step, and the third step the object. It is the thing.
Perfect. That was a perfect explanation, Haddadi. That was fantastic, because in English we have subject, verb, object. So Haddadi realized this is the subject, the teacher. This is the verb, went. And after the verb, we have the object, which is a noun phrase.
Address.
The noun phrase, as Haddadi said, is to the address, right? So it's a noun. That's absolutely perfect. Great job, Haddadi. Okay, how about Gerardo? Gerardo, it's your turn, Gerardo. Okay.
Yeah.
Number two, Gerardo. The mother will comfort her crying child. The mother talked about the comfort of her new mattress. What is the noun? Which sentence uses comfort as a noun?
The noun is the second sentence.
Yeah, exactly. So can you tell me, this is a hard question. What is the noun phrase? Because it is used as a noun, but can you tell me the phrase, the group of words that function as the object of this sentence?
Yeah, because the noun is after of the subject plus verb and follow the complement. In this complement is the noun.
Good, very good, Gerardo. And in blue is the object. All those words in blue function as the object, and we call it a noun phrase. A noun phrase. So I will do a different lesson, but it's important to understand the object is not just one word. The object is a group of words that function together. Okay, Hasiel, number three. Number 3, Hasiel. Philippe couldn't find the answer, so he searched on Google. Philippe couldn't find the answer, so he might Google it later. Which one is Google a noun?
I think the word Google, it's a verb in the second sentences, the second sentence.
Yes.
And in the first sentence, Google is a noun.
Perfect.
Correct?
Absolutely perfect, right? So one way you know is because it's capitalized with a capital G because Google is a proper noun. That's one way. But in sentence number 2, you can see the object. There is an object after the word Google. And in English, what comes before the object is a verb, right? So here you know Google is a verb. Okay. Number 4. How about Louisen? Your turn. Louisen, number 4. Gardening is my favorite hobby. I need to garden today. There's lots of work to do.
Okay, well, so gardening is the hobby, is like a plantation, flowers,
Yes.
I think.
Well,
And
yes, garden. You know the word. It's pretty similar in Spanish, but obviously here is, the garden, right? Garden. This is a garden.
okay.
So, which sentence is garden a noun?
The first sentence is a noun, and the
Perfect. Yes.
second is a verb.
Yes. So, Louisen, I gave you one that was a little bit difficult because here the noun is at the beginning of the sentence. So, I'm going to do the next lesson about this, but it is possible to use the noun at the beginning of the sentence. It's called the gerund. I'll do the next lesson on this. It doesn't follow the exact form of English that we talked about. A gerund is a noun, is a verb that functions as a noun. So the next lesson will be about this, but a gerund is a verb that functions as a noun. So garden plus ing, this is a verb, but
Okay.
we are using this verb as a noun. So it functions as a noun. So gardening is the process of making your garden. So here it is definitely a verb. I need to garden today. Great job, Louisen. That was the most difficult one. Okay, how about Jessica? Are you there, Jessica? Sentence number 5. The first one is a verb, and in the second sentence, it is a noun. Great job. Okay, let's see here. I think Sarah, welcome to
Sorry.
class. Sarah, can you tell me? Okay, I'm going to read these 2 sentences to you. French had a strong influence on English. The French influenced many countries around the world. In which sentence is influence used as a noun?
And the first one.
Great. That's fantastic, Sarah. And in the second one, it is used as a verb. So, who has influenced your life the most? Why were they such an important influence on you?
Yes, of course. I think the person who who was more influenced to me
Who has
was my uncle.
influenced? Let's say this: the person who has influenced me the most.
He was my uncle
Okay.
because he support me when I study in Mexico, when I
Mhm.
was studying in Mexico, and he's a very great people or great person.
Good, Hasiel. And can
Yeah.
you say a sentence with influence as a verb? Now say that again, but use influence as a verb.
Okay. My uncle has influenced to me.
Has influenced me
Has influenced me
the most.
the most. Has
Yeah,
influenced
good.
me the most.
My uncle has influenced me the most because he supported me while I was studying in Mexico. Good, very good. Do we have another volunteer to answer this question? Do I have any volunteers? Who has influenced your life the most? Any volunteers? You can raise your hand or just speak.
Me, teacher?
Sure, Gerardo, go for it. Gerardo, who has influenced your life the most?
The person influence of my life
Mm-hmm.
was my father because he is learning me about about um about the a lot of things in this world.
Okay.
In my case, he support me in everything.
Okay. So good, Gerardo. Can you say this? The person who has influenced my life the most was.
Okay, the
Yeah.
person who has influenced my life the most was my father
Yeah.
because he support me in everything.
So new little activity, and it's kind of like your homework, but I want you to do some writing. If you want to do writing, I will edit and correct your writing for you. So if you want to do this, you can write 2 sentences using the word experience. In the first sentence, use experience as a noun. In the second sentence, use it as a verb. Email your sentences to jonathanteacherenglish@gmail.com for correction, and I will correct and edit your writing for you. So this is a great way to really learn the lesson for today. And I have not done any writing activities yet, so I encourage you to email me those sentences. Write 2 sentences and email them to me, and I will correct it and I will send it back to you if you want to do that. So class is finished today.